Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a very special Thursday morning chat. It's a little bit different than usual. I'm your host this morning, Robin Blank Mascari, and today we have a very special guest at a really cool time of year. We are stepping into Q4, and many of you know that a lot of people are going for some points. A lot of people are going for ending the year strong to start the new year strong. And our special guest has a treat for you today to empower you for this ending strong. So I want to do a brief introduction. She's someone who has been working as an intuitive and intentional coach for over 25 years. She has a varied background in the corporate world, tremendous experience. She has many special gifts that really work with people to help get those obstacles out of the way to help you get more of what you want in your life. And many of you have known her. She's been on our programs before. For those of you that are new, JJ Joshua is a gift to the world, and she's been a huge gift to my life for the past 30 years as a mentor, facilitator, coach, friend, extraordinaire. I don't know what I would have done in my life without her. She's the first call I make when I need help or I need a bigger perspective, and we're in for a treat today. So I want to welcome JJ. Oh, and I do want to say at the end, we're going to do 30 minutes, and at the end, we're going to open things up and you're able to ask questions. JJ agreed to stay on for Q&A, and then there's all kinds of wonderful resources that will be available to everyone. We'll put them in Live Younger Success. We will post with the recording the additional handouts and resources. So you're in for a treat, and I'm going to turn things over to one of my favorite people in the whole world. It was a birthday one day before Gregory, same year and everything. Genevieve, JJ Joshua, welcome, honey.
Oh, thank you, Robin and Gregory, and welcome everyone, wherever you are, those of you that are members of this Facebook group, and also anyone else that's here. And also let you know that there's going to be a worksheet available that Robin just talked about, so you can relax and enjoy this, because all you need to know will be available in the resources. And I am so grateful to be here. I want to first say, guess what? Today is the first day of fall. Today is the autumnal equinox at 6:04 p.m. Pacific time. And I think it's a very auspicious time for this webinar, for all of us together, starting the new season. A lot of people say, it really feels like fall is the new year rather than January. And so we have 9 days before Q4 starts. And as I mentioned, I am passionate. As Robin mentioned, I'm passionate about intentional living. Just the idea that by being really focused, you can up-level your performance and your joy of life. So let's get started. And if Gregory, you would bring us to the first slide, please. Wonderful. So here we go. We're going to gear it up, you guys. And the next slide, if you would mention, go to the next one, we are going to get ready for it and go for it. We're going to energize it. We're going to align with it. But before we do that, we've got a secret shortcut to share. I have recently, I think it was about 6 months ago, heard a podcast with James Clear, who is the author of Atomic Habits, the #1 best-selling book in the year in the world over all categories in 2021. Atomic Habits, if you haven't picked it up, it's full of gold. And so he was talking with someone, and they were talking about there's really, James, there's no real shortcuts in life. But James said, I think there is. I think there is a shortcut. And this secret shortcut I'm about to share with you will impact everything else that you hear today and your entire life if you let it soak in. So speaking of intention, I want to start living intentionally right now with every one of you. And if it's possible for you to raise your arms up with your heart open and your smile on your face and just say out loud, I choose to receive and allow maximum benefit from this webinar. I choose to receive maximum benefit from this webinar. That's what we just did. We activated the secret shortcut and we got intentional. Next slide, please. So the secret shortcut is showing up a little bit more than the time before. It's right under our noses, you guys. It's right there. It's in our entire, the entire aura of our beingness. If we just show up a little bit more for that person in front of us, for that carrot we're chopping, for our teeth when we're brushing, just showing up a little bit more every time, the ripple effect of that in our life is enormous. And this slide here, you'll see I am showing up more than the time before. That is a flashcard. And one of the things that's going to be available is you will have 7 sets of flashcards of key thoughts that we've covered here. And this is one of them, my favorite one. I am showing up more than the time before. Let's activate the secret shortcut right now. Next, please. So that's great news. Showing up a little bit more than the time before, but I'm saying, hey, James, how do we actually do that? So I started observing, when do I feel strong? What am I doing when I'm feeling strong? When do I feel peaceful? When do I feel joyful? And I narrowed it down to these 5 components. Focus on what's right in front of you. Now, I know we're all addicted to multitasking, but we also all know the stats. It does not make us smarter. It does not make us healthier. It actually is more stressful. So if we can get this meme in front of you, which you will have in your flashcards, and really like right now, what's in front of me? I can't do anything about the rest of the world. Right now, what's in front of me, I'm going to show up a little bit more for what's right in front of me. And then to activate your loving intention. One of my favorite phrases that I speak to myself, it's a little mantra that I say all day long, is how can I put a little bit more love into this text, into this email, into this communication, into this exchange with the grocery clerk? How can I put a little bit more love into this moment? That is a question, that is a mantra that can really lift and fill your life. Stay in the now moment, because the past is a fantasy, and so is the future, and there's no power there. There's only power in the now. Eckhart Tolle's been teaching us this for 30 years. Stay in the now moment and activate your light. So my work covers 4 areas. Everything I do in my coaching practice focus on physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. If we just work on just one level, we're not going to get it. We're not going to get completely clear. We're not going to graduate until we work on all 4. And your spiritual level is the light that is intrinsically, inherently in you. It is the light of ineffable love. It doesn't have to be earned or learned. It does have to be remembered, evidently, but that light is in you at all times. Your higher self, your light, is just waiting for you to call upon it. It's not dramatic. You know, fear and drama is dramatic, right? And it's even got hormones that course through our bodies. But love, it's just there shining on you like the sun. I'm here when you want me. Come on out and play. So activate your life with your intention. I'm going to bring my light into this action that's right in front of me. And now, if everybody would do this with me, if you could please just notice how you're feeling, just experiencing your body, mind, spirit system right now. And now, if you would please smile. Let's smile at everybody here. Smile, Robin and Gregory, smiling. And if you notice, your biochemistry just changed. That's right. When we smile, 42 biochemicals hit our nervous system that say, oh, hey, she's smiling. Things must be okay. Smiling, I will do that when I'm stressing out around technology. I will force myself to smile, take a breath, and it gets better. It just automatically gets better. Next slide, please, Gregory. So how do you show up more than before? We just covered that. And now we're going to get ready for it, and we're going to go for it. There are 2 things that you got to have to make anything happen in this world: your time and your focus. Let's break that down into actionable steps. Next slide. All right, here's our little friend Squirrely. Everybody know how squirrely we can get with our time, especially when we're scrolling on the phone or scrolling on the keyboard. Squirreliness of your time is going to impact your profitability, your effectiveness, your feeling of momentum in the 4th quarter if we don't get a handle on the time. So we really need to take a look at the time And don't let, our little squirrely friend over here says, don't let scrolling hijack your dreams. So let's get real about the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter theoretically has 13 weeks and 92 days and 12 waking hours. Did the math on this, 1,104 hours available. This is an outer obstacle that can be managed. But guess what else fourth quarter has? More distractions than any other quarter in the world, in the year. We have 5 major holidays, if you count Halloween. We have weather changes. We have some of us are still doing time change. All of these things affect us, and not to mention your day job, what the kids need, the shopping, the chopping, all of that, and what those holidays will actually cost you in terms of time that you have, one of the key resources to realize your goals for Q4. So let's go to the next one, please, Gregory. Time block your commitments. Let's get real with your time. So if you subtract from 1,104 hours, your day job, travel, holidays, school events, winter, all that time, what I mean by winter weather is like inconveniences. You might lose time just because of the weather. What is your net time available? And this is going to be on your worksheet. You're going to have a little formula for you to look at, so you don't have to write it all down now. My math, when I did my math, I have about 38 days, and I have 4 hours or more, 160 hours out of 1,104 hours. That's what my math is for the fourth quarter. It's kind of shocking, right? So you may have to downsize your goals based on this, or maybe even upsize them, but get real with your time. Next slide, please. All right, we're still getting ready for it. We're going to pump it up, and let's talk about intention here. Our intentions create our reality. Wayne Dyer. Our intentions create our reality. The goals come next. The universe rewards clarity. Now, you've all heard this before. I know you have. You're all very practiced professionals. If we don't write down our goals and intentions, they're not happening. Get grounded with your focus by writing them down, using short, clear sentences that are easy to remember, and they sparkle for you. It's got to feel good. It got to sparkle. Next one, please. So going forward, get ready for it. We want to focus on writing your intentions down, but the intention, rather than the goal, is what really activates your higher self. What activates the quantum field is the why you're doing this, rather than the what. For example, my fourth quarter and probably first quarter next year, and maybe second quarter too, is to completely change, revamp, update, and automize my business practices on my website and in my back home office. The structures of my business are not supporting me anymore. They have reached their sustainability, and I must change in order to have a more peaceful and effective practice and life. And let me tell you guys, nothing about that is fun for me. It's going to be expensive. It's above my pay grade. It's not stuff I love. I'm going to have a lot of help, and I'm going to have to learn a whole lot of new habits. So if I focus only on the goal, that's going to be a little hard to tread, hard to motivate myself if I focus only on the goal. But I'd like to share with you, if you can see this, this is my intention for this project. And here it is. So I'm opening up the kimono a little bit so that you can feel the difference between setting that goal and activating the love. And that's why we have a heart here on our screen, to activate the love inside of your goals, inside of your intention. So my intention is to experience being well-grounded and well-supported by all the business systems in my life, online and in the back office. I will feel less stress, more joy, and more peace in relationship to my entire coaching practice as a whole. I choose for the next 10 years of my working life to be the most fun, the most profitable, and the most supported in all ways, including technology. I choose to deliver the most helpful, inspired, and loving service of my career with grounded administrative systems. Yes! Now that I can get excited about. So get in touch with your why, talk to somebody about this. It's very important that you really grow and fertilize the why as you design your goals. Next slide, please. Okay, you all know this one, but it's worth visiting this again. The wisdom of SMART goals. Be specific, measure them, achievable, realistic, timely. Next slide, please. And this is going to be one of your flashcards as well. So as I mentioned before, in my healing practice, we work on all 4 levels at one time. How do we power up all 4? And one of those ways is you start your day with a powerful declaration of your goals, your intentions, and what you want your life to be that way. Create visual clues all of your life. That's why I put the flashcards together. If it's out of sight, out of mind, you guys, you want something different in 4th quarter? If you keep doing what you've always got, you'll keep getting what you've always got. We have to change our habits. We have to activate different parts of our brain to step our game up and show up a little bit more than the time before. Treat yourself to emotional praise. Now, this may seem strange and silly, and it is one of the most important things you can do, because inside of every one of us is an inner child. We call it the basic self. The basic self needs, like a puppy and a young child, it needs encouragement. It needs praise. If you want to raise a puppy right, when all the helping dogs that are raised, they are never, ever scolded. They are only praised, and their little behaviors are redirected. That's what we need. So praise yourself whenever you do something that's moving you closer and you're showing up a little bit more than before. Like, yeah, good job, JJ, good job. And while I'm at it, I want to give you, if you can see my little tiny picture up here, I want to give you all a gold star for showing up today. I'm the Gold Star Queen, and Robin just recently gave me tons of gold stars for my birthday. I believe in gold star moments. Like, catch them during the day and hug yourself. This getting your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies all activated will give you more energy during the day, more juice. You know what else it does? It connects you to you, not just your brain, not just your list, but to you, the you with the light inside there. And we also want to end our day with a completion habit. So then what I invite you to do is go to my website, and there's a video blog. And on that video blog, the very bottom one, the very, very bottom one of, I think it's 42 videos, is the most important 8 minutes of your life. The most important 8 minutes of your life turn out to be the first 8 minutes of your day. Most people get out of bed and their subconscious intention is running to just get through the day. Literally, that's what almost everybody's walking around with. But that's not us. You're going to go into the bathroom, as that's usually an early visit, look in the mirror and say, hey, good morning, let's in, we're in, let's all in today, JJ, let's go for it. Let's let love lead today. And then you speak your intentions, you speak your goals, and you declare. You're the master of your ship. You declare what kind of day you want to have. I have a client that has severe negative self-talk, very toxic self-talk habit, and had it all of his life. I started on the daily, starting the 8 minutes of your day habit right off the bat. And within a week, he called me, said, I cannot believe how different I am inside myself, how different I feel with myself and the world. It's not completely gone, but it's like quite a little irritating voice now instead of a pounding in my head, just by this most important thing. Instead of him giving up in the day and letting his old voices talk to him, he chose differently. That is our only superpower, really. Loving choice. That's what it is. So then we want to end our day. You can do all these other things, and then we want to end our day. If you would move to the next slide, please. And the reason why this one is important, because if you want to be showing up more than the time before tomorrow, an important aspect in that is dumping the garbage from today. Like, I did it. So here's the decree, and you'll have this in the worksheet. I call this day and all of its events complete. I claim my creations to be good. I'm good enough. Everything I did and all that I am is good enough. I declare this complete. I'm worthy of love and belonging and joy, and I'm grateful for all the gifts. And you literally, I literally see myself putting the day down. I did the best I could with what I had and the resources I had available. I really did the best I can. Thank you, day. Okay, and then I give thanks for my bed for a lovely night's sleep. Now over here, you'll see this tool, this testimonial. I can't believe what a difference this tool has made in my life. It seems too simple to be so powerful, but wow, this thing really works. I'm giving you a lot of tips today, you guys, but literally, if you only activate these two, starting your day the intentional way and ending with the completion habit, you will be amazed at how different you will feel in a year. You'll have more creative energy. You'll be kinder to yourself. Be kind to your mind is my tagline. And these two habits are so kind to your mind. Next slide, Gregory. Okay, energize it with love. This is a binary system, you guys. We're either in the fear universe or we're in the love universe. And guess what? We get to choose. This is your superpower, the love that is in you, the light that's already in you. And however, we are systematically, by our culture, by a lot of our thought systems, trained to be fearful. And our little lizard brain, the limbic brain, is also trained to go danger, danger, alert, alert. So the lizard brain is always looking for what's wrong. And that's doing that to keep us alive. So we love the little lizard brain, but it's not wired up for love. This is a choice we need to make. This is our superpower. As I said, my little phrase, what can I do right now to put a little bit more love into this moment? All right, you get to choose. That's your power. Next slide, please. All right, now let's talk about the energy suck in the room. Absolutely the biggest energy suck of all time is judgment. Judgment of self, certainly, or others. So what I'd like to say here is how toxic a single judgmental thought can be. Recently, I was working on another project and been working on it for a few days. And I had this kind of this little fleeting judgment. Oh, this is really not good enough. This is just not good enough. I was comparing myself to some colleagues. And that toxicity of that single thought, this isn't good enough, and my comparison, Marianne Williamson says comparison is the cancer of the soul. I totally agree with that. That single thought cost me about 6 hours of productivity. Literally, I was kind of frozen and grumpy, and with all my skills, that grabbed me. It grabbed me for about 6 hours of my life, but not 6 days, not 6 weeks, not 6 years. 6 hours, and I was able to correct myself. It's quite a powerful thing. Now, I know we're up-leveling our spiritual maturity here, but if we were to choose that I'm going to live my life in a judgment-free zone, that means judging anything, the government or anything. When you judge, it comes back on you, as Buddha said. When we hold a grievance, when we hold a grudge, when we judge, it's like picking up a hot coal to throw it at that person. We're the only ones that get burned. Judgment sucks your energy, sucks your joy, hurts your nervous system. If we simply have the awareness, choose love. Choose love. Every time I can, you're going to power up your fourth quarter and the whole rest of your life. Next one, please. So we want to align with it. We want to align with your goals and intentions. And there's a couple ways we want to do that. I've already talked about the power of choosing. And I want to talk about that in relationship to the word I want. So when we sit down to do our goals, the normal thing people say is, well, I want this, and I want that, and I want that. Well, let me tell you about those words I want. Energetically, when I see them, energetically, I'm a high-level intuitive, and when I see them, they look childlike. They look like 6 years old. I want my sundae. I want my ice cream. It's a wantingness is an immature mindset. And it's also kind of putting yourself at the mercy of the universe. Like, I want the universe to give this to me, like the universe is Santa Claus. The words I want and I can't just cut us off at the knees. So I invite you to consider dumping I want from your vocabulary, in all circumstances, but certainly with the important ones. And just simply in putting the words I choose. And then you want to feel it. This is Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. He said the whole thing about Dr. Joe is you got to feel your goals as if they've already happened. So feel it with your heart. Choose it. Don't want it. Choose it. And here is my mantra that I've created for this. I choose to attract to me and participate with that which will strengthen me and serve my highest good on every level. So this is an all-purpose mantra. You're choosing for your best and you're telling the quantum field, that's what I want. Remember the guy that just gets out of bed and doesn't have an intention? He's going to default to exactly the intentional field he had yesterday, or to fear, the lowest denominator around him. We choose, we up level. Next slide, please. All right, here we're talking about aligning with it. Another, we talked about outer obstacles with the time. Now we want to identify the inner obstacles. And they are this amazing slide that one of my assistants did for me. Thank you, Chris. Is down here underneath the water of the iceberg of consciousness, you'll see personal beliefs, fear, imagination, habits, memories, but way down here in the unconscious mind, trauma, shame, guilt, very toxic, violence, frozen energy. So when we go about trying to make a change, this is what, 26 years of coaching, when people start to break out of their old patterns, they kind of run back a little bit, we get nervous. So to align you with your next highest good, whatever it is that you're choosing to participate with in the fourth quarter, be aware that some of these little old picadillies are going to bite you. And that's okay. They're going to come up, but you can choose how much time. Like I gave 6 hours of my life that day, and next time it'll be 60 minutes or 6 minutes. Choosing, okay, I see you little stories. This is where my coaching shines. I'm able to save people a lot of time, as Robin said, getting out of our own way. A lot of this stuff down here that you don't even know about is in your way of thriving. And it is your divine mission to thrive. You are given that choice to thrive. So what happens with some of those little old ideas pop up? It's very simple. There are things like unworthiness, fear, low confidence, resistance, the habit of victimhood. A lot of people get addicted to the victimhood identity. They're there. That's okay. We're not going to judge them or fix them right now. What we're going to do, and if you can do this with me, is we're going to clap 3 times and say, stop it, drop it. Stop it, drop it. Stop it, drop it. Now what I've done is I've got all 4 levels, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. My nervous system goes, whoa, what are you talking about? Stop it, drop it. As soon as you say that, you're going to do a circuitry interrupt from all those little bugaboos down there. You're going to interrupt their momentum of messing with you. And you stop it, drop it, and immediately turn your attention to gratitude and love. Open your heart. The gratitude, the action of gratitude literally builds a bridge to your higher self. There's like a 4-lane highway right to your higher self when you engage in gratitude. So what is the remedy for? The remedy for getting coming up across your internal obstacles is stop yourself fast as you can. As Buddha said, enlightenment is the process of catching yourself off track faster than the time before. Thank you again, Buddha. Stop, drop it when the negative talk comes up and just move to the task. Activate the secret shortcut. Be right there with what's in front of you a little bit more. Thanks. The next slide, please. Okay, you guys, you got this. So I'm just going to review quickly how we align with it. Track your wins. Notice them. I am a fond component of calendars with gold stars. There they are, all over the place. I love gold stars. I do something, I give myself a star. Maintain the morning and evening rituals. Spend time in quiet gratitude, which will activate your spiritual self, which has a whole lot more wisdom than any other parts of you. Your higher self already knows how to get all this done. And allow yourself to be charged by your higher self and celebrate your changes. Celebrate every victory along the way. Next slide. You now have built an entirely new foundation and a relationship with yourself. This will not just benefit Q4. This will have a ripple effect for the rest of your life, and everyone around you will be strengthened. Just keep doing it. Next slide, please. All right, if you're able to, if you would please put your hands over your heart as I just share some truth with you. Own your worthiness. It is intrinsic. Honor the strength to change. Think of all the times, all the hard stuff you've done to make positive changes. That's gold inside of you. It's beautiful. And claim your light. Your light is your superpower. Love is the answer, no matter what the question. So when you're activating your goals, just like me with all my hard stuff for the next 2 or 3 quarters, that won't motivate me. It's this loving intention that will motivate me. Stay strong. Stay connected to the truth of who you are. I think we should move on to the next one here, Gregory. Next slide here. I want to talk about how I might be of service to you and how you can go get your free stuff. There's so much free stuff on my website. There's a resources tab, which has 14 PDFs of all different topics, but there's 2, and this I would like for you to write down if you're taking notes. 2 PDFs I highly recommend you read that would be helpful for you in this project here of getting geared up and for the 4th quarter. The first one is Forgiveness Sets Us Free. It's an entirely different look at what forgiveness does and how it can free all that stuff down in the bottom of your subconscious iceberg. And the second one is the Golden Healing Waters Meditation. Forgiveness Sets Us Free, Golden Healing Waters Meditation. I have a client that has a severely autistic son. And I was helping her years ago get through a custody battle and all kinds of tough things in her life, plus having this special needs child as a single mother. And she said these words, I don't know if we would have survived without that Golden Healing Waters meditation. It's so simple. It only takes 5 minutes once you learn it, and it aligns you with your superpower, the higher self within you. So those are available under the resources tab. And at the video blog, I've got over 40 very practical inspiration videos. I designed them to be 11 minutes or less. And you want to go there to get that one that I talked about, the most important 8 minutes of your life. And that link will be actually in your worksheets that you're going to get. So if you wanted to get started with me in coaching, there's 3 ways to do that. Just to start up with a single session, that's $237. The 3-session package is $597. And for those of you that are really wanting to work on that subconscious iceberg and get true transformation at the end of 3, 6, 9, or 12 months, I work with clients in what's called the transformation journey. And it's a very comprehensive system of listening to your higher self and guiding you to greater freedom. And that would be $477 a month for 2 sessions for however long is needed. Usually it's about 9 months. And the best way to reach me, if you're wanting to get started, is call me or email me for a free discovery conversation. 30 minutes, you will know, and we will know if we're the right fit for each other. And if you reach out with an email at jj4insight.com and just say discovery conversation and want that chat, we'll get it scheduled and get it going. I think that's it. Robin, do you have anything else you want to add to that, or Gregory?
Wow. That was loaded. That was amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you touched on several things that are very timely for me. As you know, I am so grateful for you sharing your wisdom with all of us. It has made a huge difference in my personal life. It's so nice to get a bigger picture to see what's going on. I talked to JJ last night, and I was a little stuck in a certain part of my life, and she gave me the keys to unlock it like that. It was amazing. So what we want to do now, thank you so much. That was fabulous. And there's
my pleasure. I just love all of you. Happy fall. This has just been so much fun. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Gregory.
Great.
I just want to add to that, if I could. JJ, I have attended numerous seminars, webinars, and personal coaching sessions with you, but you put so much into so little time. It's like, OMG, this was fabulous, off the chart. You outdid yourself.
Oh, thank you, Gregory. Thank you. Well, and that is one of my intentions in my coaching practice, is to give as much value in as short a time as possible so people can get out from the burdens of that subconscious iceberg and get moving. And we don't have to analyze it. We just have to look at it, forgive it, and move on. So thanks, Gregory. That means a lot coming from you. Yeah, you and I and Robin being, personal growth junkies, that means a lot.
I love it. So if any of you would like to comment, thank JJ, have a question for her, please raise your hand. I think everyone knows how to go down to reactions and raise your hand, and then we can, and then you can unmute your line and we can hear from you. There's wonderful comments in the while we're waiting. And Heidi, we're going to have you talk in just a minute. Let's see. There's great things in the, and I recommend everyone look at the chat. Sarah says, highly recommend. JJ had a major transformation with her from one session. Sometimes that's all people need is one session, and everything opens up and breaks free. Me, 30 years worth.
Careful, Robin, careful.
Careful. Be loving to myself. Oh my
God.
gosh.
Yeah.
No, I've definitely, that completion habit has literally changed my life, because when we have incompletes, there's dangling participles and they suck our power away, and they like holes in the boat. We're paddling, but these incompletes just rob us of vital energy. So when you complete things, or just call them complete, it's amazing how empowering it is. So Heidi, why don't you unmute? And it's your turn to share. And I just invite everyone else to look through some more of the chat.
So thank you so much, JJ and Robin and Gregory, for inviting JJ. My first question to JJ is this. I noticed that those hand motions that you were doing, I was literally following along. I wanted to know why you clapped early on in the presentation, and I literally wrote in my notes that it was under the go for it section. And I was just wondering if that was intentional, or if it was just your body speaking to you that I needed to hear that.
Well, probably all of those, but I use clapping a lot because remember the PEMS, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. You know how we can just go into autopilot? Has that ever happened for you, Heidi? Autopilot. Now do this. You are out of autopilot with one clap, but 3 claps is usually what it takes. Like, wake up, JJ. And I will often do that too. I'll say, wake up, JJ. You're getting a little bit scrolly. Wake up. So it is intentional. If you really, people just want to sync their intentions. That's not enough. We've got to get the body into it. So I use clapping. I use shaking. The Amy Cuddy power posture, which you probably heard about. Oh, I forgot to tell you, on the website, my website, there is a fabulous free gift, 2 videos and 2 handouts on how to transcend emotional triggers. If you don't do anything else, go get those, print them out, and do them. Because Heidi, what you were saying is that it got your attention, right? It woke you up a little bit. Great question.
I wondered if you use snapping, because when I'm doing my meditations, I snap when I have a thought, and it literally makes me stop in the middle of my meditation and write it down. So I wondered if snapping was a potential.
Snapping, I can't snap. I'm a very impaired snapper. So yes, it works. Do whatever works, literally. Another thing that happens is I'll start yawning. My higher self will yawn me and say, wake up, or hey, there's something here to appreciate. So whatever works, Heidi, that's, whatever, pinch yourself. Yeah. People used to use rubber bands, snapping them on their wrists to stop smoking or something, whatever works. Anything else? Anybody else?
JJ, you inferred the power pose. I'd love you to model that for people. That's another amazing tool that I use a lot if I'm stepping into a situation and I want to feel strong and powerful. Would you share that with people?
I want to tell you how you can go get more information about it. Just Google Amy Cuddy, C-U-D-D-Y, as in dog, Amy Cuddy TED Talk. And you'll get one of the coolest 17-minute TED Talks ever. And I will demonstrate for you, Robin, so that you can all see. Power pose is the Wonder Woman posture or the Olympic victory. Your legs are spread out a little bit, your hands are on your hip or in the air, and you hold it for 2 whole minutes. That's how we do it. And you can do that in a bathroom stall. You can do that anywhere. And the reason the 2 minutes is all about hormones in our body. That posture literally shifts cortisol, which is the fight or flight hormone, like, oh my God, the monster's getting me, to testosterone, the I've got this hormone. And Amy Cuddy did all this research on that actually happens. All people, all races, all ages, all sexes, 2 minutes in the power pose, and you can get your mojo back. I mean, don't you love that free 2-minute life hacks? This is just incredible.
It's changed my life. I just recently came back from.
We can't see you, Robin. We need to see your face. There you go. Thank
I
you.
just recently came back from visiting family in a different world and a different environment, and I had to do a lot of work on myself before I went. And that power pose, it just helped me so much. And I just said, I'm here to love people and not judge them. You know, I see the world differently, and I felt a lot of judgment coming to me, but I didn't let it sneak in. And so it was really, really helpful. These are just small tools that have huge impact. And so I invite you to choose your favorites and just try a few of them. There's so much here. Anyone else want to share a comment? I mean, Christy Gray said, such a beautiful roadmap you have provided. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Incredible, JJ. Thank you from Susan. JJ, you're the best. Anne Marie says, thanks for reaching out with this session. Have learned so much from you. You share such useful information. Casey said, thank you, JJ, for some great hints and tools. And JJ's loaded. Connie has her hand up. You want to unmute Connie and share?
Sure. I just want to tell you that I'm really glad we have a session schedule already, because I have a feeling you're going to be booked. Now you have heard me, some of you have heard me talk before, that the work we did together last year was absolutely transformational. But as she says, things sneak back in, and it's time to, sometimes it's time to revisit it again and put that all back in place. And recently that power pose, or even just the thought of looking up, putting your hand on your chest, looking up and just asking for an intention. When I spoke at convention, most of you saw me speak. People think it's very comfortable, and it's not. It's incredibly stressful and very, very nervous. And I remember going into the bathroom right before I went to the green room and just standing in the stall, as you said, and just asking that I deliver value, that it's not about me, that I deliver value. And all the nerves and all the stress and all the anxiety instantly melted away, instantly. And, then you go out and you kill it, right?
Like you activated the power of intention and love.
Yes.
That's what you did.
Yep.
You got into the love universe, not the fear universe. And beautiful, Connie. And thank you for that testimonial. And I just want to remember what you said of putting your hand on your chest and your heart. The image in the last slide, that golden heart image in your mind, like you are love, you are truth, and all that other stuff are lies. You believed them, somebody taught them to you, they don't, but they are there. And what you're talking about, Connie, is we're not ready to release everything at one time. Sometimes that we have to release in stages, because your higher self is kind. And literally, if we were to release all that stuff on the subconscious at one time, it'd probably wipe us out. We'd have a healing crisis for at least 5 lifetimes. So,
Right.
so that a lot of my clients have been with me for 25 years. Not that they need work all the time. They come back when life gets lifey or they get stuck, and we can just go in there and get things moving again. Thanks, Connie.
You're welcome. And sometimes you're just ready.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just ready for the next step. So thank you. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, very soon.
Okay, I see Julianne's hand is up.
Hello, JJ. I just wanted to say, so good to see you today. And, if anybody is thinking, oh my gosh, what can I do next? I really recommend JJ. She's helped me. And, we all are on our own journeys, and she has taken me through a really difficult time. And, she's just been a godsend, and her website is fabulous. You could spend hours on her website and just get all kinds of nuggets and support. And so just so good to see you. And you look fabulous, and look forward to connecting with you very, very soon.
Thank you, Julianne. Here's your gold scar, sweetie, for all of your work. Yeah, I'm a facilitator, but you were the one that did the work, and you were the one that came with the willingness. Yeah, but we have fun too, right? It's not all hard stuff. We can.
Oh, yeah. 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 It was great.
One of my intentions is to have as much fun along the way as possible, no matter what I'm doing. That's why Robin and I have been friends for 30 years.
We've had a good time, that's for sure. We got a few more hands up, and what you just said, Julianne, about JJ's website, jj4insight.com. There, it is loaded. There is so much value there. There's a journey just going through the website. I think that you'll really, really enjoy. Read the testimonials, read through the website. It's very intentional, and you will feel that. So let's see if there's I think there was another hand up.
Amelia Cooley.
Amelia,
There she is.
you can unmute your line, Amelia.
Hi,
There you
JJ.
go.
It was good.
Yeah,
I really
hi.
enjoyed it. So one of my team members wasn't able to get on, and you guys said you recorded it. Is that on YouTube? And when will it be on YouTube?
I'll let you answer that, Robin.
Yeah, it'll
Okay.
take about an hour or so to get it on YouTube because Zoom has to process for a while, but then it will be on YouTube, and we'll get that information out to all of our contacts. We'll get it to you, JJ, for all of your folks.
All right.
And you'll also have a worksheet. You'll have a flashcard, set of flashcards, and you're also going to get another 4-page document from the webinar that Robin and I did in January on living your life the intentional way. So it's just more support, lots of cool stuff. And how long will that be up, Gregory? Will that stay up for a couple days on Facebook or?
Forever.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks, Amelia.
Thank you.
Christy Grace has her hand up. Gonna unmute Christy.
We can't hear you, Christy.
Let's see. She's
They're
trying
not
to-
gonna hear
There
me?
you go.
There she is.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
JJ, fantastic presentation. Thank you so much. So much super juice in there.
Super juice. I like that.
I'm actually a life and health coach as well, and so a lot of the things that you touched on is I just love how you've honed it down, and one of the things that I was just curious about was in the way that you provide support for everyone else. Who do you turn to? Who's your JJ?
Well, I have a really close clutch of dear friends. My own spiritual path really, really supports me, which is basically forgiveness. That's basically my spiritual path, light and forgiveness. And I do have coaches from time to time. But for the most part, I am really referencing the inner light. I'm choosing to go to my higher self because that's what I need to learn. I need to learn that. But I have had magnificent coaches along the way. And I had one session with a therapist when I was 33 years old, one session with this therapist that she asked me, I had experienced a trauma, serious trauma when I was very young. And I'd never told anyone. And I was at 33 and finally thought, I need to get some help around this. And she looked at me and she goes, well, that happened. Like, no compassion, no, oh, honey, none of that. Like, well, that happened. Now, then she says, how many more times has that happened to you in your mind? Those are on you, girlfriend. So, yeah, whoa, it's like, okay, that's all I needed from that person. And so what she did is she snapped me out of the victim identity in one question. So we have those people, don't we, that, just amazing, can help us with one thing or another. And I'm always open. Yeah, always open. Thanks,
Awesome.
Chris.
Thank you.
And Kay.
Kay Lebecky. Hi, Kay.
Good morning. I wanted to thank first Connie for a year ago talking about how fabulous JJ is as a counselor, because it caused me to sign up for several sessions that have changed my life. Thank you so much, JJ. and I eat up everything you give us. So with that, I'm asking the following question. Where are we getting all this free stuff? I'm not understanding where we get the
On my
flashcards
website.
and all of that.
Oh, well, the flashcards are going to be in a PDF document on the Facebook page. You're going to have access to them there. And the worksheet. And then a lot of that free stuff is on my website. But regarding this webinar, a worksheet that just kind of gives the highlights of what we did, and it's literally a worksheet so you can process and get ready for a Q4. That will be in your Facebook, want it, Robin? They'll be right there along with the flashcards.
Yeah, we'll have it in the Facebook group and we'll have it in the Live Younger Success. So
And
it'll take a
also,
little.
any of you can email me directly and I can get them out to you. And email me and just say, you know, Q4 handouts, and I can get them to you as well directly.
Great.
Thank you so much for all that you've done today. It was a fabulous presentation.
Thank you, Kay. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Here's your gold star, sweetie. There you go. This is for everybody. Showing up, you know, we're showing up a little bit more than the time before. That's what we're all doing today. We've got the secret shortcut activated.
Well, the gold stars are more powerful than people realize. It's like we all want, our little basic self wants that acknowledgement. I think Amelia has her hand up. You wanna
Oh, yes.
unmute?
No, I didn't have my hand up.
Oh,
I don't know what happened.
it was up. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, any other final comments from anyone or questions for JJ before we complete for today? Can raise your hand or unmute your line.
Well, I'll just mention, as you were saying, Robin, for everybody, you'll be able to find the downloads in Live Younger Facebook group for the Live Younger community. And it'll also be in the Live Younger Success website under what's new in the events section, where we had all the information about today. Now we're going to be, Liz is adding the PDFs. You'll be able to download the PDFs. And as soon as the replay is available on YouTube, we'll put the link there also. So you have two places to go to find it. And then JJ, if someone needs to, you could just email JJ directly and she'll be happy to send them to you and schedule your 30-minute free introductory discussion. I encourage
Thank you, Gregory.
everyone
Yeah, I
to,
just want to let you know, I've had some recent graduates, so I do have space in my calendar. Don't worry, Kay. And I am open for a fabulous Q4 with new clients. And like I said, that 30-minute discovery session is fun. You'll just know if it's right for you.
And that is true. It has to be the right fit. And JJ is extremely intuitive. And if it doesn't feel right, she'll say so. And if it doesn't feel right for you, you'll know. And I see CJ's got her hand up.
Hi, CJ.
Hi there. Apologize for putting this right in now. Greg and Robin, I've been trying to get the cards, and I've been going on the Vistaprint Pro shop, and it says it's not there, the site. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing for getting business cards for Lifeway.
yeah, let's take that offline and
Okay.
send an email and be happy to help.
Send you an
with
email. Okay, thank you so much, Greg. Thank you.
Good luck, CJ, with all you're doing. And all of you have the most fantastic Q4 ever by showing up a little bit more and loving it to pieces. Just loving it.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. It was a beautiful presentation.
So we're right at almost at the top of the hour. I feel complete. JJ, any final comments? Robin?
Gratitude and love.
What I'd like to do is invite everyone to unmute and give your regards and farewells, and we'll call the session complete.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, JJ. Bless you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
JJ. Thank you.
Thank you, Gregory.
Good day.
Thank you.
Love you.
That
was fun. That was beautiful.
Thanks so much.
Two
Thank
snaps for
you.
JJ. Two snaps for JJ.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.